Oh, don't worry, white people. This message is not for you. And you Asians too, for a lesser extent. Don't worry, even though most of you don't vote anyway. This message is for black people. Now, let me first say that if you are under 50, then this message is especially for you. If you're one of these old Negroes, 50 and up, who've been voting Democrat, there's no hope. They're going to keep voting Democrat because they're stuck in their ways. Now, you are an idiot if you voted for Biden in 2020 and you plan to do the same in 2024. It's because you don't realize that Biden wrote the 94 crime bill. That's the bill that President Clinton signed into law.
The other big piece of legislation on Capitol Hill tonight is the crime bill.
That 1994 crime bill, it did contribute to mass incarceration in our country.
The 1994 crime bill was signed by President Bill Clinton. This was a pretty significant bill at the time, but the most pernicious provision of the 1994 crime bill was its $12 billion that was authorized for states across the country that would enact what's called truth in sentencing laws. That funding literally paid states to increase the number of prison beds that they allocated for individuals convicted of violent crime in this country to serve 85% of their sentences behind bars. The federal government essentially subsidized states across the country to build more prisons.
Now, the second reason you are an idiot if you chose Biden in 2020 and plan to do the same thing in 2024 is that you don't realize Biden is totally against reparations. Reparations that is owed to foundational black Americans. That means you and me, not immigrants.
Black people are united when it comes to reparations, and that includes black Republicans and conservatives. And they found that 71% of black respondents who identified as conservatives said to cut the check. But also notice what Pew Research says. People enslaved in the U.S. They didn't say slave descendants overall. They're talking about specifically here in the United States.
Yet our head Democrat, President Biden, is totally against reparations. Let's get him out of office, people. Now, that's just my 2 cents on the whole situation. If you agree or disagree, I'd like to hear from you in the comments. And if you're new to my channel, consider subscribing, sharing, and liking. And I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.